Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 9th to May 15th, 2022. This is a general reading, so feel free to take with you whatever resonates and leave behind for others what does not. To get a deeper view into your week, be sure to check out readings for your sun, moon, and rising signs. So we will be going through these oracle cards, tarot cards, get the initial foundation and meanings, and then we will do further clarifications with more tarot cards. So in this first column here, we reveal aspects of your journey that you should reflect on. And you have this Chiron Heal card. And 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. In this middle column, we are looking at what you should celebrate this week. And you have Spirit Guardian of Summer, Expansion. You have the 9 of Pentacles, the 3 of Swords, and the Star. In this third column, we are taking a look at what is around the corner for you. You have this Disruption card. And you have the Womb, 8 of Wands, Queen of Wands. With this Womb card, this is unique to this deck. It's a concept of, it's like being in the embryo sac before birth, where you are just getting nutrients, you're getting stronger, you're building up everything that you need for your next journey. So let's go over here and look at the meanings of the cards and do some clarifications. So with this Chiron Heal card, it's a concept of you healing, you helping others heal. It could be like the concept of the wounded healer as well. So with the 2 of Pentacles, it seems like there's some type of, juggling, negotiation, trying to balance multiple responsibilities, requirements, and so forth. The 10 of Pentacles, it's a sense of a legacy. For some of you, if you are, if you do have a sense of being a healer yourself, this could be something that runs in your family. For others, it may have to do with healing a family-related situation and your the concept of having material satisfaction. Some people can, let's say have a parent figure who is constantly complaining about what they don't have, as opposed to recognizing what they do have. Or you could have, a parent figure who has a lot but isn't willing to do anything with it. And then you have the 5 of Swords. That's a card of a false sense of victory, not really knowing when to walk away from a lose-lose situation or trying to win at all costs. So let's take a look at that 5 of Swords, because that's really, when there's instability or chaos, conflict, and it's almost a sense of overkill. So let's take a look at that. You have the Ten of Swords, despair. Okay, sorry. The Ten of Swords is definitely overkill. um, but it is a sense of hitting rock bottom. So, Libra, if there's something that you really felt you needed to pursue, um, to get to the bottom of something, to make sure, you know, you had made your mark, uh, to make sure a message was conveyed. This could be a reflection of that. And for others, I see this also as like acupuncture for some reason. So, um, with this concept of healing, it's an opportunity to identify different aspects that really have, you know, it's an opportunity to heal, but it also is a recognition of certain things being tender and not as strong as you would want or hope. So let's take a look at the Ten of Pentacles here. You have the Five of Cups, disappointment. So it seems there's some dissatisfaction with some legacy, with maybe some type of family issue. It also could be a sense of, when it comes to money, maybe there's been fights, arguments, people cutting off communications with others. It's usually, when you look at least from my experience, what I've seen, marriages, relationships, siblings, not talking to each other, relationships tend to really go bad when it comes to money and how, uh, you know, the sense of security money provides or doesn't provide, and how much that might be, and so forth. So let's see what's going on with the Two of Pentacles here. You have the Death card. So this juggling, some type of change, some type of loss. Usually the Death card is not related to a literal death, but I could see this applying to some situation where it is, where this might have to do with, someone passing away and having to go through their go through their things, go through like the, sorting out the material aspects of the person who passed away, and, it sparking certain fights, certain uh, upsets, and really kind of the knives, the daggers start coming out when it's like, no, it's your fault, not me, or, something along those lines, where this seems like it has to do with a family situation, money, some types of change. It could also be, maybe there is some type of separation of people in your family. It could be parents. Uh, it it could be you to some degree, but it doesn't necessarily seem like it's coming from a separation that you're dealing with. It could be, because you also have this Three of Swords over here. It could even be like siblings breaking up. But somehow I'm sensing that there's a reflection of needing to heal from some type of loss that really kind of required you to do more than you were expecting and kind of took on a load. Really, when it came down to it, when everything was said and done, you were really like, you know, a sense of disappointment, a sense of loss and grief. And it's almost as if the people that you uh, that should be supportive were just willing to win at all costs and left your thoughts about the situation just like, well, great, well, now what? So here in this what to celebrate, you have this spirit guardian of summer expansion, which is a recognition of, you know, when things are ripe and sweet. And it also kind of goes into the different, you know, seasons and the cycle of death and rebirth. So that's why, you know, with this death card, it may be a literal death. It could be a death of relationships. It could be a death of a belief that you'd be financially secure or inheritance, something along those lines. But here you're celebrating expansion. So it seems this expansion could carry over this reflection on healing because you do have the star, which is a sense of kind of balance, where this, I think it's a water bearer. This water bearer is pouring the pitchers of water on land and in water, which is kind of a concept of balance when it comes to physical and the emotional realm. And it provides like a sense of clarity going forward and hope. And you also have these Three of Swords, which would be fitting with the Five of Swords and Ten of Swords and the Five of Cups. It's really a sense of hurt, pain, loss, maybe even betrayal that is still kind of lingering but healing. And this might take some time because these Three Swords, you never know when you're going to feel the sting of it. And you have 10 swords actually over here, so you never know when something might the pain finally sets in. With the Nine of Pentacles, it is a sense of really, you have had to kind of put yourself in a position of being more independent and working hard to get what you need or what you want in the material world in a sense of security. And you're actually like, you know, making that happen. So it's a sense of healing whatever this is and really coming into a better place and better sense of who you are in that expansion. So let's take a look at the Three of Swords that's smack dab in the middle here. Okay. You have the Queen of Swords, independence. So definitely, I think I even said independence. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? Maybe I'm making things up. But the Queen of Swords is pretty much your card, Libra. The only other your card legit is the Justice card for the Major Arcana, but Queen of Swords is definitely the Minor Arcana equivalent. And with the Queen of Swords, the traditional Queen of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Queen of Swords is kind of sitting with one arm outstretched, and there's like some type of, what is it called? Wrap or binding or cord that is around the wrist that looks like it's been cut off. So it's a sense of this Queen of Swords cutting out what is no longer for their best and highest good. Uh, it's a sense of cutting out any fear, anxiety, um, and living for their own truth, expressing their truth, pursuing their truth, and being honest about the situation. And it could be that, this expansion has brought up, some honest reflections here, or that the honest reflections had brought this expansion where you're reflecting on certain pains that maybe weren't felt. So let's look at the Nine of Pentacles, which to me is a sense of like material independence, financial independence. Oh, this is Seven of Wands, Valor, and a sense of inner conviction, knowing who you are, knowing what you're willing to stand up for. So it seems like you are, this expansion to celebrate has to do with how you analyze information, how you communicate, how you, defend or protect your passions and your beliefs, and how you can, in the material world, create what you need to find value in yourself and to feel secure in who you are. So let's see what's going on with this star. You have the Justice card. Well, there you go, Libra. You got the double whammy. You get, well, whammies are bad in the that game. What was it? Win, lose, or draw? No. What was that show called where there was those like little devils that popped up? It's like no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. It'll come to me one day. But here, this expansion is definitely a sense of you gaining balance and clarity. And it may be, like this Two of Pentacles here was you like taking on a lot and trying to maintain balance. And you are now kind of getting into this place, or you need to celebrate being in this place where you have a sense of balance inside and out. It's like the moral karma is balancing out, and you are really stepping into your Libra-ness. So let's look at what's around the corner, because it says disruption here. And this disruption it's a sense of, highlighting or bringing to the surface or to your attention things that need to be addressed, need to be possibly changed, or somehow maybe even given more time to heal. Because you do have this womb card, which is a sense of, it's like just like a gestation period. So it's almost like the Star card plus the World card, plus the Hermit card. But a sense of you kind of getting what you need to grow even stronger. And with this Eight of Wands, it's as if you are like, you're like, from now on, my passions, my pursuits are going to be coming from my desires. What is, fulfilling for me, and not other people's ideas of what they need to feel comfortable, or, definitely it, excuse me, something to maybe consider is in this expansion, it's definitely a focus on you, your independence, your bravery, your confidence, your being, you know, where you need to be to pursue your truth. But it also is a sense of you, just you, and not necessarily how you connect with others. So, with this disruption, it's as if this there's a change where the focus is going to be on you continuing to heal, continuing to be stronger, continuing to gather what you need and pursuing what you want. With this Queen of Wands energy, it's definitely a um, passion driven energy. Uh, Someone who is really mysterious but confident and intriguing. People are drawn to this energy. Why I see it as a disruption is that these are things like that are building you up, but also like almost cutting off or creating a lot of boundaries, definitely healthy boundaries, but the focus is on boundaries so that you can celebrate your expansion as a person, as, you know, your connection with the world around you, spirit, um, but more the focus on you. And here, I think it's really as if you are now getting more into um, drawing things from a place of passion so that it's going to, this disruption is now going to be like um, inviting people back into your your world, into your focus. So let's take a look at this womb card. You have the Nine of Swords, fear. So it's this kind of continued healing, continued focus on building up your strength. It seems it could be to some degree, um, you're still trying to process these things over here. And for some of you, if it's disrupting your ability to interact with others, to trust others, to actually, um, if you've been in this like womb state and really just focusing on yourself, um, you know, if people have comment that it's too long or you're wondering if it's too long, maybe talk to like a medical health professional, a mental health professional. Nine of Swords kind of is a fear, anxiety, and could be affecting your sleep. And when you don't get enough sleep, that's never a good thing. Um, Also, I made that comment where the traditional Queen of Swords cut that has that, cord on the wrist where it seems like something was cut. It is a sense of having cut also fears and anxieties, but it still seems that you're working on this. So to some degree, if that's causing continued disruption, then definitely, you know, in your reflections, look a little bit more at that. So here, this popped out. I was going to clarify the Eight of Wands. You have the Eight of Cups, this retreat, a sense of walking away from what is no longer for your best and highest good. So with the eights, it's a sense of like, progress, moving forward, advancing, and giving opportunities to allow for any adjustments, corrections, fine tuning. So with the Eight of Wands in this deck, wands are coming straight out of the heart chakra, and they're going. With this Eight of Cups, this retreat, it's a sense of what you've emotionally invested in and kind of walking away from that. So here it can be a sense of disruption, to walk away from something and then to, with your passion and motivation, innovation, creativity, just move forward straight ahead. So it could be that the disruption has to do with what it is you're actually going to be driving for next. Let's take a look at the Queen of Wands here. You have the Two of Wands, planning. So with this planning card, it is again looking at what path you're going to go and how that's going to be. It's like I said, this Eight of Wands, you're walking away from something, but you're also moving towards something. And in terms of what that goal is coming, where these wands are directly landing, that's something for you to know, and for your Queen of Wands energy also to kind of to get in there as well. And whatever it is that you're planning, or in the process of figuring out, is a disruption to what you had going on. And it does seem that, overall, this is a continued healing and definite, like, building up of who you are. But then it kind of begs the question, okay, then what? What next? What is, going to draw you forward? What is going to allow you to get outside of your comfort zone? And it seems like you've worked so hard in building up this type of comfort zone for you. So it seems pretty exciting what you have going on, and definitely this healing that you have, this continued healing, keep pursuing that. So I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective of your week, and we'll see you next time. Take care.